Hey guys, how you doing? So today guys we are going to do subtraction or addition, things like that with sign numbers. Okay, sign numbers guys, it's a very useful thing in math guys. So I want you guys to master sign numbers. So we're gonna do some addition or subtraction with it. So since you know that adding two numbers, the two numbers that we gonna add, their names are adding. This is an adding, this is an adding, these are addings. And the result for addition is sum, you know that. So right now they give us this one to solve using a number line. So we're gonna solve this using a number line. So let's say they're saying 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 guys, that means you got 1 unit, 2 unit, that means 2 unit plus 3 unit, that means 2, okay, plus, and you keep going to add 3 more unit plus 3, and the answer would be the 5. You see, that means 2 is a positive number, 3 is a positive number. That means we just add them, and the result is still positive. You see, we got a positive number, two positive number to add, so we just add them, okay, and the result is still positive. So let's go for this one. We got two negative number to add this time. We got at the other side of the number line, of the negative part of the number line, we got negative 2 unit, negative 2, which is gonna be over here, plus negative 3. That means plus 3 more unit, but to the negative side. That means 1, 2 plus 1, 2, 3. That means 5 unit, but to the negative side of the number line. That means the answer will be negative 5. Okay, what you can see that they both have same sign. Okay, they adding two numbers with same sign. What you see, it's like they added. Okay, it's like they added and they keep the sign of the original numbers, or the original addends. Okay, the addends are negative over here, they keep the sign, they keep the negative sign, and the answer is negative. Over here the addends are positive, you see, they add them and they keep the sign. So we can see that it's like they got two numbers to add, they just add their absolute value, and keep the original sign of the addends. Okay, of the addends, that's what they did. Okay, they got this one, you already know that the absolute value of any number, okay, absolute value of any number is this is the what, this is the distance. Okay, this is the distance between 0 and that number on the number line. So I mean the distance, then they don't care about sign, they just care about the distance. That means absolute value of negative 5 is 5, absolute value of 5 is 5. They care about the distance. Okay, they care about the distance. So right now you can see that. So if you got like two numbers, sign numbers, okay, adding sign numbers, you got two numbers if they got same sign, we can just say that if they have same sign, if they have same sign, what we wanna do, we just gotta first step, go step by step. Okay, go step by step. First step, what we do, we just add their absolute value, right? You add them, add like their, let's say, absolute value, in order to not care about the sign at first sight. Add their absolute value, and secondly, we keep the original sign of the addend. Okay, we keep the original sign, okay, of the addends. So this is exactly what you should do. You add the absolute value of the numbers and keep the sign of the original sign of the addends. The addends are what? 2, 3. Those are addends. This is how they call them. Addend. And the 5 is the sum, which is the answer for addition. So same thing. This is the addends because this is additions of two negative numbers. So easy. The rule said, if I got two numbers to add, what should I do? I add their absolute value. That means I add absolute value of -2. I know absolute value of -2 is 2. Absolute value of -3 is 3. So I add it and I keep the sign. So let's say if I add it, I keep the sign. I add this plus this, the absolute value, and I keep the sign, which is -5, since the signs of the addends were negative over here. Okay, exactly. So I give you the rules, guys, in order to add two numbers or to add sign numbers. Okay, to add sign numbers. This is the rule that you gotta follow whenever you gotta add, okay, sign numbers. Okay, add or subtract sign numbers. Let me tell you. So you see this one without a parenthesis, it's still gonna be like, okay, let's say you see this one, it sounds like a subtraction. If I do like that, it sounds like a subtraction. But what you gotta know is subtraction, you can rewrite subtraction as addition of negative number. It's like we do. This is what they did over here. -2 plus -3 equal -5. Okay, but if we want, we can just rewrite it without the parentheses. It's still gonna be -5 for the answer, but you see they got different notation. That means over here we just rewrite the subtraction using addition. This is how exactly we can do it. Okay, it's like you express a subtraction problem. You express a subtraction problem as addition problem. This is how you do it. Okay, easy stuff, guys. There's nothing to be confused about. This is absolutely simple. Okay, so just follow these steps, guys. Whenever we got sign numbers to add, just follow these steps Just follow these steps and you'll be okay. Okay, just follow these steps. They got same sign. They got the same sign, right? Positive, positive, negative, negative. Okay, we just add them and we keep the sign. Okay, easy stuff, guys. Nothing difficult at all. Okay, let's do some example together. Okay, let's do some example together. Let's go for this one. -6 plus -4. Give me the answer. So we're not gonna use the number line. Okay, we just gotta follow the steps right now. Since we got those steps, since we got the rules, we just gotta follow. The rule said if they have same sign, they got same sign. The addends, they got same sign. Okay, addends. This is the addends. The addends. This is the addends. They got same sign right here, right? Okay. If they got same sign, they got same sign. So add their absolute value. Add the absolute value. In my mind, I said absolute value of -6 is 6. Absolute value of -4 is 4. That means 6 plus 4, 10. Okay, I add them. Okay, add them, and we're gonna be the sum. So right now they say keep the original sign of the item. The original sign of the items is negative. So I put my negative over here. That means my answer is -10. Okay, -10. And the answer for addition is sum. Okay, this is the sum. Okay, easy stuff, guys. Nothing difficult at all. So I will leave this one for you guys, and I'm just waiting for the answer on the comment section. This is for you guys, for you to practice. Just practice to see if you do understand. Don't forget, you don't wanna use the number line. If you want, you can use it, but you don't want to use it anymore, because since we use the number line to come with these rules for you, so you just gotta apply this rule. Okay, so if they have same sign, you see they have same sign, add the absolute value. You know the absolute value is, you already know the absolute value, and right now after that you just gotta keep the original sign of the addends, and you will get the answer. Let's say right now we got two numbers, but they got different sign. Okay, they got different sign this time. So what we're gonna do? So we still got the number line. We gotta add 2 plus -7. Let's go. From 0 we start. 0, 1, 2, and we start in 2. Okay, plus -7. That means the negative sign just tells us that we gotta keep adding unit, but to the other side. So we got 1, 2. From 2 we gotta add 7 unit, but from the negative side we're still gonna, which is gonna be 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So right now we better stop at after adding 7 units. Okay, we better stop. So right now we gotta stop over here. We gotta stop over here and 5, which is gonna be the answer. So we got -5 right now is the answer for that. You see, we use the number line to find the answer. So it's addition, right? If it's addition, we gotta keep adding, but the sign will tell us if we're gonna go from left to right, or if we're gonna go from right to left. So we know the sign of 2 is positive. That means we're gonna go from left to right. I mean 1 unit, we got 1 unit plus another unit. I mean 2. Okay? So right after that, we gotta add this, okay, plus -7, but -7 should be the other side, but it's still gonna be 7 unit, but the other side. So right now what we got this one from 2, which is gonna be the start point for now. We are going to add 7 unit. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 unit. So right now we stop here. Where we start is gonna be the answer. The answer is -5. So right now what we can see, we have 2 numbers to add. Okay, we call them addends. We call them addend, addend, addend. Like I told you, the answer gonna be the sum. Okay, since the addends have different sign this time, what we do, we subtract. It's like we subtract the smallest, okay, the smallest absolute value, okay, with the smallest absolute value, okay, from the largest absolute value. It's like we subtract 2 from 7, and we keep the sign of the largest absolute value. We keep the sign of the largest absolute value. Now, I mean, let's go. If they have different, sign, if they have different sign, guys, we do what? If they have different sign, guys, what we gotta do, we are going to do what? Subtract. We subtract the, okay, smallest, or the smallest absolute value from, okay, the largest from the largest one. Okay, we subtract it like that. I'm just talking about absolute value. I'm not talking about number. So I'm just talking absolute value of the atom. That means absolute value of 2, absolute value of -7, which is 7. It's like we subtract 7, we subtract 2 from 7, so we can have the answer 5. And the last steps is to keep the sign of the largest absolute value, or of the largest number, okay, of the largest number, which is gonna be the sign of 7. What we do, guys, we subtract the smaller absolute value from the larger absolute value, and we keep the sign of the number having the larger absolute value. We keep the sign of the number. Let's say we keep the sign, okay, of the number having the larger absolute value. Okay, we keep the sign of the number having the larger absolute value. If they have different sign, guys, okay, let's say if they have different sign, okay, if they have different sign, we subtract the smaller absolute value from the larger one. The smaller absolute value will be the 2. We subtract 2 from 7. Okay, and after we keep the sign of the number having the larger absolute value. That means we keep the sign of 7. That's why the answer is negative 5. You guys understand that? Okay, you guys understand that? There's nothing difficult over here. Okay, easy stuff. Easy stuff. Okay, easy stuff. So guys, let's go for this one. We got 37 plus negative 25. Let's do this example together in order to see if we do understand. So we're gonna do this example using the rule. We got this rule from the observation that we got. Okay, the observation that we got from this number line. So we got this rule that we gonna use for any exercises that we gonna solve. We gotta solve. Okay, so let's review it real quick before solving that. So I told you I got 2, which is a positive number, 1, 2, plus negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The answer, we stop and negative 5. The answer is negative 5. So right now we got negative 5. So what we can see, when we got like two number to add, so if they got different sign, we just gotta subtract. You just gotta subtract the smaller absolute value from the bigger one, and we keep the sign of the number having the larger absolute value. Different sign, we keep the sign of the big number, if you want to keep that in your mind. Different sign, okay, different sign. What we do subtraction, and we keep the sign of the big number. If you want, you can keep that in your mind too. Instead of this one, you can just say different sign. If they got different sign, okay, you do subtraction, you do subtraction, and you keep the sign of the big absolute value. Let's say it like that. Okay, of the big absolute value. See, different signs, that's why we do. But same sign, we do what? Same sign, we do what? You do addition, same sign, you do addition, and what you do, you keep the sign. Since they are same sign, you just keep the sign here. Okay, same sign, you keep the sign. If they are positive, if their signs are positive or plus, you keep the plus. If their signs are negative or the subtraction sign, you keep it. Okay, that means same sign, you do addition and you keep the sign. Different sign, you do subtraction and you keep the sign of the big absolute value. Okay, of the big absolute value. You guys understand that? You guys understand that? Nothing difficult. So let's go for this example real quick. We got 37 plus 10. I see different sign, different sign. This is positive, this is negative. Different signs. Okay, I will do subtraction. Let's do subtraction real quick. It's gonna be, let's do subtraction real quick. It's gonna be 12. Okay, and I keep the sign of the big number. The big number is 37. So this is gonna be the answer. 12 is gonna be my answer. 12 is gonna be my answer. So I will leave you with this one, and you gotta give me the answer in the comment section to see if you do understand this one. So guys, it was about sign numbers. Sign numbers, you should master some sign numbers, because when you got operation to do, you're not supposed to fail. Okay.